We're inside Mr. Black. Deep, dark, big black void of bounded field. Like everyone is, not everybody, right? Enkidu and Gilgamesh and them, they're obviously out. And it's also interesting how Gilgamesh's location and where Flat is, same place. And we can get a reception, right? To some cell phone bar. So there's a way of communicating, which is really cool to see. Enkidu also, I made a tweet last time saying, well, because Enkidu showed up the chains, apparently he is the chains, or they are the chains. And the gates of Babylon being opened up, it's actually kind of different. But I like, my headcanon was, bro has keys to Gilgamesh's house. And it's even funnier to imagine that Ishtar is mad because she hates Yaoi and she also had to walk through the muddy cave to find a spare key to the house. The jokes write themselves. The important stuff right now is that Ayaka is in Romania. Yet she's here. And the Red Riding Lolly is also there. It's getting spooky. And Alkidus is coming up. Let's see what happens today. Sigma boy. Suffer. Wow. I see a Z. Should we call him Zeta? I don't know if he has a name. But damn, this character actually has their own identity, their own motivations and ambitions. Yet it's being shot early by Sigma, who's just an empty template. I bet he's gonna have regrets about this. He's just following orders. There is no reason. He just does the missions like a good dog. Then he gets paid to eat his shitty food, to live under the shitty house. And that's good enough for him. Because the more that you train these humans to think less of themselves, strip them of their identity, and to get on with their base necessity, the better you can use them as just weapons, just tools. They can't even think for themselves. Oh, what's going on to his face? Reminds me of the bullets that, like, for some reason this reminded me of Kenneth when he took the Origin bullet in Fate Zero. Like the magical circuits being severed and shit. Damn. Damn. I was never your friend, buddy. But I think the whole point of his development is to understand his own desires. Right? And I think that Assassin is definitely helping, especially with the concept of her faith and how she's also seemingly walking on like path of her own atonement after whatever happened with her from like the Hassan tribe. I still think Assassin has a great death flag, and I think she'll probably die for Sigma, and maybe that will elicit some sort of actual human reaction within him. Prelati. Oh, they're aware. Okay, I really thought they were just unaware people that are just NPCs that Mr. Black had controlled, and they don't even realize what's going on. Wait. This changes a lot. I feel like it's gonna be some sort of like the Black Plague, bubonic plague. Some deathly plague in the past that is now conceptualized into this servants somehow, which doesn't really make sense, right? But like if you think about Fate and how Nith, like Sasaki Kojiro in Unlimited Blade Works, right? Or even Jack the Ripper, right? These are concepts of a myth, just lore that just become materialized. So I feel like the bubonic plague could have the same kind of thing, right? Globally. Global power scaling. COVID-19. Bro. Mr. Black isn't COVID-19. Not even close. But like, it could be a servant in the future, Fate, man. It could be. It's crazy. That was 6 years ago too, man. Wow. 6 fucking years ago was the lockdown. Can you believe that? Go back, go back. He's so aware. They're happy. Oh, fisheye lens. Have you heard that female voice before? I thought it was just around, but no, that's not the voice. This could be the real Mr. Black. Unknown entity lures a child by saying, "Hey, find me, I'll give you some candy." Are you serious right now? I feel like a show like Fate would definitely make a, if this is the bubonic plague or whatever plague, right? Death, the concept into a mythic and a servant, that they would be a waifu. I think this is Mrs. Black. Get some candy for me? You know, some candy? And now the term Pale Rider refers to the white van. Yeah, I like the Pale Rider one more, going with this candy van theme of just them robbing kids. Pale Rider is a hard name for a van. The Veil. Alcides is a guard dog? Sorry, not Alcides. Cerberus from Alcides. Oh. We're chilling. Okay. Threat neutralized. Good dog. You know what? Yeah, the Pale Rider's voice, the Diddy candy guy, did sound like Enkidu, I agree. What's going on, doggo? This is simply leading into what happened at the end, right? With Richard's party. They meet later on. Okay. Yep, here we are. Clan Calatin! Oh my goodness, they're running. Yo, Afro Man here is going in. He's had 2 significant scenes already. Yo, hype this guy up. Let's fucking go. Switch is an SAO reference? This is Fate. We need Fate references. Yo, they shoot in the ass. The girls are giving the dog a back shot. Richard! Oh! He loves spamming that shit. Excalibur! I love how the Excalibur beam is so long. It just shines through the camera at us like that. Anytime you have long beams, and we're gonna see that in JJK2 with Ryu, right? You saw the trailer. Love it when beams do this kind of action to the camera. This is animal abuse. They stole Afro Man's spear! Yo, he just used an Excalibur with Afro Man's spear? He did. When did he take it? Did we even see it? When did he show up? Right here. Richard pulls up. Afro Man gets stuck. He tosses, saves him. Saves Afro Man. Then yoinks the spear. Ah. Afro Man's name is Amir Elva? Alright, bro's name is Amir. Amir getting some lines. John Strange fake has competition. Amir is getting some significant lines, even standing his ground, having a little banter saying, haha, I'll arrest you, jokingly at the end too. Okay. And his sideburns. God damn, look at those fucking sideburns. Alright, John Strange fake and Amir. These are some great Clan Calatin members. Okay. Oh. Bald. Will I listen? Hades. Bitch, I don't know, I'm a dog. You think it's gonna start talking? Do you think you understood Richard? Richard was really cool there with that speech, but I don't know. What say you? Did it? It's sniffing. It's doing a sniff check. I don't think we passed. I don't think we passed that. I didn't realize this is Chimera Shadow Garden. What? Okay. Alcudus's puppy here is literally just being cloned into multiple fucking Shikigami in this bounded field. What? Your bodies have no life in them? As in we're empty vessels and their souls are somewhere else? Okay. Zabanya. Oh! Vision Zabanya! Zabanya can do anything. I kind of wish that they had different names for Zabanya, or rather different names for these different, techniques, but she has many different applications of Vanya. This one is more vision and sight, like clairvoyance. Zabanya. Cool. Top of the clock tower. Frat and Waver. Some 2B fan service. The bounded field we are in might as well be hell or the underworld because of the characteristics of it, even though it's not hell itself, okay? Sorry. Her comatose dreams are the catalyst, and Mr. Black uses it to create these bounded fields. Yes. Systematic being. Because it's a virus? Because it's a plague? I don't know. It's adapting. It's learning. Bro, it's just on 4chan. 8chan, I guess. That's what Waver does, bro. This is detective work. He gets the fastest and most urgent news through browsing on 8chan. Great. Some fun stuff happening here. My husband has been acting out strangely. He left the house to go out town for work, but came right back and said, I'm never leaving this city. He's never been like this before, and the behavior was so strange I took him to the hospital. However, the doctor responded he doesn't appear to be experiencing any physical mental illness. Does anyone have any advice on what I should do? It seems like something happened. Did his work put him on leave? It really seems like something is going on. The reply is, yo, your husband got fired, dumbass. Maybe he just really likes the city you live in, or the job got canceled, or he got fired. That's how people go through the same, something that's similar at the hospital. Sounds like you're describing the same symptoms. I love that he's just dipping from work without a word. They're doing too much. For your own safety, I recommend visiting a domestic abuse center right away. Call his boss and let them know how much you can communicate. Domestic abuse? Maybe you could ask his boss to help you figure out a way to get him back to work after that. This is crazy. These replies are just trolls. There's no way these are real fucking people. It's just fucking rage baiters and trolls. Has he been this way before? Or did he have a certain personality change? Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right. They did an Emiya Shiro reference in the 8chan forum. This is crazy. It's actually crazy. Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right. Oh my fucking god. Snowfield is a really nice city. You should be our friend. I knew I wouldn't regret reading these comments. Emiya Shiro trip posting on 4chan right now. Great Big Ben. Why done it is his signature phrase. Why done it? What does that even mean? The English shorthand form. So if it's from case files, what does that mean? Why obviously is a word. Why done it? Why did you do it? Why did you do? Is that it? Why done it? Short form son of why did you do it? Detective files.
君らはこうして外とつなげられているのは現実の世界の同じ場所に
Gilgamesh, and we're back.
可能性があるのは主体だが
Yeah, yeah.
影響下にある
And therefore, what?
先生、下から何か
Zabanya. Whoa, 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 chill, chill, chill.
何が起きた
We're friendly, we're friendly.
君もこちらに来ていたのか。
違法の司祭か。
Hansa gonna fight?
お、ちなみにだが、彼らにも戦争の意思はないと伝えておこう。
The squad.
少なくとも
Peace, woman, peace.
と、
Anata. Whenever I hear To and Fate, are you my
か
master?
ら脱出するまではな。
と、
Saber!
愛を求める魔術師の一人か。
Kinda, not really.
恋から欲しいと思ってたんですけど、今は俺のサーバントの人が困ったらいいかなって。
Aww.
一つ聞く。いかにして外への道を開くたマスターを殺してか。
死んで固めたところだ
何者だ。
Waver talking to a servant, bro, over phone. How much ore does he have right now? That was crazy. Just over the phone, speakerphone, his voice comes out. Oh,
あらごとは避けたい方針で固めたところだ
oh.
何者だ。
のようなものだ
It's just that cell phone is so menacing right now.
虫が良すぎる話だと思うがしてまでこの世界から出ようというのならば他のやり方があることは提示させてくれ
Okay, okay. Thank God she's reasonable.
お姉ちゃん
Jester?
こんな世界にさ
Jester. It's gotta be Jester, right? Hansa's reacting. Zabanya's reacting.
ちゃんが作った世界に
Shota
さ
Jester?
存在しないんだよ
Yeah, 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 yeah. What did he say at the end? Such a path
この
doesn't exist in this world. Yet, we can create it, right?
あなたたちはどうやってあんなサーバント椿ちゃんに令状を。
私は見つけたのです。
Crazy
道
person.
しるべを。
Oh, hell no, bro. Anytime you have fucking magecraft and children and down the stairs, I think again immediately of Mao Tozoken and what they do with the worms.
道しるべを。
They diddling, bro.
いるか。
Look at his face. He looks proud. He looks confident. He's proud of this shit. This is his specialty. Bacteria magecraft.
金を宿しているか知っていますか。数百兆個です。
Oof.
スカイルを強制的に目覚めさせる。
Oh.
そして己の住処を立ちで
Forcefully activating magical circuits.
勝てない。
Makiri
私が目指し
mentioned.
たのは
He's competing with the Makiri family. I mean, they're the big three. As much as you want to shit on the Matos, right? I feel like Einsburns and, what's it called? The Tosakas have way more clout. And their blood and their lineage and their successors are much more just valuable. Like, Shinji sucks. They had to have fucking Sakura over. That's how fucking garbage their family was. No disrespect to Sakura, but if you need a donation from a different fucking family because your family sucks with the legacy, with the magecraft, then maybe you should die out. They only have that. But this guy's competing with the Makiri in their degeneracy?
ない。私が目指したのはとの強制だ。
Creepy, bro. When I look at this, it activates this. There's like this phobia, trichobophobia or something. It's basically seeing a lot of concentric circles nearby, and it just like creeps me out.
との強制だ。
いい子ね椿
The mom was in on it
いい子だ
too.
から我慢できるね。
Nah, straight to hell, bro. Mom and dad both deserve to fucking die.
あれを中南米の遺跡で採取した時は震えたよ。
Oh no! It's always the Aztec fucking ruins or Latin American ruins! The Pillarmen, ay.
あれを中南米の遺跡で採取した時
Every
は震
time
えた
they go
よ。
into the Latin American ruins, bro. Stop!
脳にまで侵食したのは誤算だったが、
Crazy shit.
私たちの夢。
Your dream, not hers. She's an innocent kid.
私たち
And you know what? I actually love how Sigma is the one, basically encountering the Tsubaki story right now. Why? Because Tsubaki is a kid with parents. But even with the parents there, they're not loving it at all. You know, it's kind of like two sides of the same coin in a way of you have one kid that was ripped away from their mom, Maya, I think, who would have loved them, I think. I would hope. But and he became like, and then you have this, A girl that actually had parents that was supposed to love her but got betrayed. It's actually really great narrative writing right now. Nah. Oh my god, look at the tears on her face. Also right over here. This is such a creepy frame, bro. With Mr. Black just on the side, just peeking in, just getting the family portrait.
椿ちゃんを生かしておけばいずれ殺すしかないのさ
Go back. If I keep her alive. So there's only one option, supposedly. It's to kill or keep her alive. Keep her alive engulfs the real world. Kill her, then it's gone. But there's gotta be, again, Waver mentioned, there's another option. Nah.
あの哀れな子供
Nah. I mean, we had an Emiyashiro reference today, bro. There's never only two options. You can make up your own bullshit fucking option and say, nuh-uh. Just because you're right doesn't mean you're correct. And you know what? Yeah, all the fucking goals that I inherited and it's all fake. Yup. So what? I think it's beautiful. I don't care. That's literally unlimited blade works. Berherd Archer, shit on him, destroy him in a logical debate, explain exactly why he's gonna fail. And then bro was like, I'm not gonna fail though. Nuh-uh. Huh? Oh! This is the silhouette! Last episode, when we were looking at what it could be. This must be Mrs. Black or Miss Black. Gorgeous, beautiful design. Not what I would have thought of to be the embodiment of death. Okay, that candy is out of a shell. Which era are you from? Nice little sharks. That was a very cute little moment. She's a disease. 2,000 years. 2,007 and several hundred years since I last talked to a human. I guess she was a servant in that time period too. She's disappearing. You want some candy too? He's trying to figure it out himself. Yeah, he's kind of like that. Jiao? Interesting. That's a very Chinese influenced name, right? I don't think the bubonic plague is Chinese. Unless you're gonna blame the rats from China. Cause like if we go with the bubonic plague thing, wasn't the whole like lore of the bubonic plague that rats from a certain region infiltrated ships and then made its way to the European continent? Is it not? Am I right? I feel like I vaguely remember from a different region. Jiao means shark, but it's still Chinese. How the fuck does this have to do with any significant modern global plague that we know of? Shark. And we also saw the sharks literally show up, you know, in that little cute little slice of life moment between her and the lolly. So, sharks? Okay. Yeah? She is disappearing. She is disappearing. Maybe this has nothing to do with Mr. Black. I don't know. Maybe it's two separate entities now. Okay. What? That a gun? It is. It's like a toy crossbow shooter thing, but I don't think it's a toy. Sigma can shoot. God-felling crossbow. This little toy? This is a God Slayer? Okay. On the side, it seems to have some sort of symbols that might resemble Latin American Aztec ruin, you know, mural paintings, right? I'll take your word for it. Or maybe it's supposed to be a shark. I don't know. Which god did you slay with the crossbow? The Watcher. The Watcher. But she can detect it even though the Watcher is not inside. Didn't Sigma say, oh, I've lost contact with the Watcher? Yet she, Zhao, can still sense it in the bounded field. Wasted her goddamn time talking about fucking candy, bro. We missed the fucking lore. So she can sense the Watcher, the whale. And she's also a shark. I don't know if she's supposed to be the representation of Mr. Black, but her name is Zhao. Zhao with the whale, the shark stuff. And there's a god-killing crossbow. Okay. How's that recognized? Yeah. Ass! Booty! Booty! He's kind of like Maito to an extent, huh? In terms of like changing their form or soul. That smile ain't changing. Crazy ex-boyfriend. Stalker. And he's back, adult form. Oh. Wait a minute, wait a minute! She don't know! Shoot him with the crossbow! I don't like this. You don't got a dad? They're a bunch of fucking frauds that's abusing their daughter to try to compete with the washed fucking Makiri family. No, nothing amazing about them. She deserves better. Oh no, she's being manipulated. No, 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 no. Uh-oh. Hey, listen! A magician for mom and dad. Mr. Black's been waiting this entire time. I think that Zhao is not Mr. Black. Again, if there's like a separate entity here, that's what I'd like to believe. What does this mean though? She's gonna become a real magician? Not like a magecraft, like an actual magician? Oh. Yo, the rats! What the fuck was that? You are judgment, you are gods. The passage with the underworld, passage to Hades. So maybe now, because again, it had the characteristics of the underworld, but now something actually shifted, where Tsubaki declares that she wants to be a magician, that it becomes actually the underworld now. Such a creepy, distorted noise. There's a male voice in the background. Obviously, the main pitch is this super high pitched, distorted noise, but there's also a deeper male voice in the background. Who could that guy be? Maybe that's Mr. Black. Is Hades about to come down? Pale Rider? Whoa, 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 whoa! It was Pale Rider! A lot of people have been hyping up this name for a while. Holy. Pale Rider, in fact, is not the white van that scams kids with candy. The Galloping. Woo! Reality breaking with the glass breaking. Pale Rider has to be a rider then, doesn't it? Well, just because you have a mount doesn't mean you're a rider. What's Hippo up to? Haven't seen her in a while. Scamming, manipulating. More Excaliburs. The dog got put down. Okay. Nice movement. Got him! Oh, wait. Bro's nerfed then got blindsided. Okay, Baldy? Amir? Amir's still putting in work? That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, Clan Calton, I swear to God, got like a Zenkai boost. They were terrified, shaking in their fucking boots when Alcides and Cerberus pulled up. Now, Alcides obviously was the main threat, and he's gone right now. But the fact that they're fighting against Cerberus like this, confidently, wow. Wow. Let's go, Baldy. Baldy, Amir, and John Strange fake. Arigato. This is Amir's day, man. This is Amir's Strange fake happening right now. This guy has gotten so many significant lines and so many like character interactions with significant characters as well. Who the fuck does he think he is? He's Amir, bro. Put some respect on his name. Baldy's name is Godwin Demon Brain? What? Bro has God and Demon in his name? Who the hell does he think he is? Arigato. Elevator. Oh, you sure you want to take this? I'm surprised she didn't hesitate with the elevator stuff. I thought that she would have seen this and be like, oh wait, do I want to get on it? Huh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That eye there. Maybe that's the real Ayaka. I don't know. But the blood there, again, the lore with her. You can do it, girl. God, the lolly there. Oh God, the oh! She confronting her fears though. Nice! What'd she say? What'd she say, bro? I don't know. There was just a simple creepy line. Richard! That was a cool scene where she was POV walking into the room. Wow, being way more assertive. She's actually stepping up to maybe be her master. His master. Yeah? Oh, by the way, he has a second noble phantasm he hasn't told us just yet, right? Right? Because the one that he told us is, again, having that soul that he can carry around with his friends, like the crossbow guy, Robin Hood. And the noble phantasm, as he was going to explain, it got cut short. Excalibur isn't his noble phantasm, is it? Because it just feels like it's like his version of Mana Burst, of just like shooting beams. Does he have another phantasm that's been hinted? We just didn't get told just yet, right? Okay. She's finally stepping up! This is huge! Wonder if that's even possible considering how much of a battery she is right now. For also assassin. Okay. She wants to throw it. She want to get in there and fight with the sword, baby. Wow. Okay, I mean, this girl has been someone that has hated herself, that has tried to avoid everything and never wanted to step up. And now, after all that, her fear, right, of her friends getting in trouble, like Richard that's made such a lasting impact, that fear of losing him is more than the Red Riding Lolly. This is great development happening. She wants to throw a rock! Okay. Why? Gilgamesh. Now he's double thinking himself. We swap places. Gilgamesh confronts him with his overall motivation and resolve of why he's even here. He doesn't feel worthy to be a proper servant. Bro, stand proud. Fuck Gilgamesh. Who who's gonna buy the Holy Grail? Where are we gonna sell it, bro? On eBay? Take music back to the thrones? Whoa. What was that? Oh, that was the murder. That was a great, like slaying. This fancy design. Maybe a woman that he loved back in the day.
るって言ってたじゃない。
差はともかく
Where is it then? Hold up.
ともかく
Thrown aside, my place isn't in heaven. Immediately I think of hell. Is he saying that he deserves in hell? Or maybe it's something else beyond heaven and hell. It's something to do with his pursuit of King Artorias' treasures? I don't know. Right there, I think, is kind of pointing out his lament and his atonement due to the massacre, and that he deserves to be in hell because of the massacre that happened, which also kind of like adds on to this whole narrative of this being the underworld characteristics and even fighting against Cerberus. There's actually a lot of, you know, themes going on with Richard's sin and his path of atonement and how he can't forgive himself. I don't know how his wife or girlfriend comes into play. Maybe he did it for her. Maybe she got caught up in it. I don't know. Whoa! Am I watching Shiboyugi? Anytime I see designs like this, I'm thinking, you know, Shiboyugi. Cards? Francesca! Prelati's here! Okay. Very cute. Shishishi! Shishishi! She acknowledges it! That's it! Is there anything else? Post-credit? Post-credit? Nothing? That's it? Damn. I thought something would pop the fuck off. I mean, things are really getting set at the end, and the Prelatis are dropping in. And she acknowledges that indeed Ayaka is monstrous magical energy. Could she be the strongest battery of all servants to ever have played this game? I don't know. I feel like she has to be up there. I don't really know anyone else that has this level of like magical capacity. This is fucking crazy, man. Great episode that I think has a lot of interesting themes. The immediate theme that I recognize is obviously between Sigma and the Lolly, right? In how Sigma again abandoned as a child. Well, not really abandoned. Ripped away from the parents and then forced to be a child soldier, and you can see in his backstory he never even saw any of his comrades as friends. He simply is doing his job because, hey, the more that he just follows orders, the better he can eat and just sleep, and that's all that happens, right? This is how you do it. You strip away humanity and treat these like fucking animals, and they only expect the basic necessities, and that's good for them. It's a real sad existence. But then it's overlaid with Kroika, right? This Lolly, who should have loving parents, yet the parents are fucking abominations. They're basically Mato family stuff. They're trying to compete, and instead of worms and stuff, they use like bacteria science, and they're trying to create this girl into a biological fucking weapon. It's terrifying. It's terrible. Now, who the fuck is this Jiao, this shark? A shark showed up out of nowhere, and the shark can also sense the Watcher, who is the whale. Definitely some aquatic, you know, sea animal, I don't know, connection going on there. I don't think this is Mr. Black's real form. Maybe it is, but I just think that it's like a separate entity. But maybe it actually is, and I'm overthinking things. Anyways, the themes between Sigma and Kroika, the Lolly, very interesting. And beyond that, I think has to do with Richard's sin of the massacre that happened and how he feels guilty, and he wants to be, I don't know, perhaps a good person, but he thinks that he doesn't belong in heaven, he belongs in hell. And it's also interesting how it's then overlaid with the underworld characteristics, themes, and even fighting against Cerberus himself, right? So Ayaka has now gained the motivation and actually steps up to the plate to be a true master, yet Richard's now feeling wishy-washy and stepping aside. With Prelati coming down at the end, maybe Richard will figure something out and will enter the next stage, but this is getting pretty fun, and it's so funny that like they just decided to drop in. Nobody wants to get in this shit, but they have broken into the bounded field. I don't know if that's like a huge feat or not. In Jujutsu Kaisen, domain expansion, it's not a crazy feat to break into it, because once you're in it, then like it's basically guaranteed hit, and no one wants to go through that unless you're fucking Yuji with Sukuna inside and you go in where Maito gets clapped. Anyways, great episode. That's it from me. If you're still here though, if you enjoyed this reaction, please like the video. Check out the other playlist for even more content, and until next time, take care.